And hello, movie lovers, and welcome to the show. With me, I have the Western Reviews podcast, and it's an honor and a privilege to be able to have him. It's been a while since we've actually been able to do something together, but he winded up giving me some news today, and this is why we're here at 8 o'clock, and I wasn't planning on doing a show, but I figured since it's BeetleJuice 2 news that just dropped on my lap, I decided what better way to do this than the one who actually scooped this one up is the Western Wonder. So, for further ado, let's go on ahead. Let's do this. BeetleJuice, BeetleJuice, BeetleJuice. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, how are you? I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Oh, do we have some news today?
Yes, we do. And that's the fact that BeetleJuice 2 is actually happening after 30 years of the original one.
Wow.
And yeah, I remember when news broke back in 2010, and Movie Pilot covered it, which is why I decided to do to basically make my own movie page, because Movie Pilot covered a lot of stuff. They were basically, we got this covered, but back in the early 2000s. But I was like, okay, I'm excited about a BeetleJuice 2. Never happened. Then we also had some Photoshop stuff that happened from 2010 all the way up to 2000 this year, all the way up until 2023. But on top of that, though, I kept on shooting it down. This is fake. I've seen this before. I have friends that keep on messaging me this. I'm like, I thought this poster would be dead by now because of how many times people keep on sending me the same poster. So now, fast forward to 2023, and you said Deadline reported this, right?
Yes. I saw somewhere that CinemaCon first started this. I didn't hear anything about it from it though, but and then Deadline put in some more information today, just randomly during an interview with Danny Elfman, who did the soundtrack for the original Beetlejuice. So here we are.
And here's the thing, though. Whenever it comes down to movies over 30 years ago, I'm nervous. Yeah. Look what happened to Zoolander. Look what happened to Dumb and Dumberer and stuff like that. That's what I'm iffy on, is the fact that, yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, we have that. The creators coming back. But at the same time, I'm also hesitant at the same time, where it's like, okay, I've seen Dumb and Dumberer. I saw Zoolander 2 after 20 or 30 years after those movies, or maybe 10 or 20, maybe tops 10 and 20 since then. This is just me speculating on the years. But, I'm hesitant because of the fact we've seen box office flops because of the years.
Yeah.
But the thing that makes me intrigued is Danny Elfman's coming back to do the scoring for this. You have Tim Burton, who's on board. You also, not only do you have Tim Burton, but you also have Jenna Ortega, who actually did a fantastic job as Wednesday. And you also have the creators behind Wednesday backing her up as well. And then you have Winona Ryder coming back. You have Michael Keaton coming back. The only two ones that are questionable right now is Alec Baldwin and Gina Davis. But I'm going to say something that nobody would actually think about saying. Those characters don't matter.
That makes sense, yeah.
And that's the unpopular opinion. But all the stuff with Alec Baldwin, I think it's easier to do this movie just to stray him and push him out of this.
Yeah.
And no offense to Gina Davis, I love Gina Davis.
Yeah, poor Gina Davis and Catherine O'Hara. They both got strays from their respective male leads. One involved with the shooting, and another was a sex offender.
Right. But you know what, though? But I think, but it's nothing to do with their agendas at all, as opposed to what Alec Baldwin got accused of, and nothing to do with nothing to do with them as actors or actresses. It's just that I feel like those characters are done. The whole reason why Beetlejuice 1 even happened was because those two characters died in a car accident, and they wanted to get rid of the Deeses. And that story has been told. So therefore, you can move on from those two characters and have now Winona Ryder's daughter, which would be played by Jenna Ortega, playing Lydia's daughter, which is perfect.
Really perfect casting.
Because she can play the gothic role really well.
Yeah. We saw it with Wednesday, and she's going to replicate it here.
So. Right. But what do you think of this when you hear it? Are you hesitant? Are you excited about it? What do you think?
I'm just as hesitant as you about this because I really enjoy the original BeetleJuice, you know, the kooky world of all these different characters and how they came together, and just, you know, the lively designs and everything. Everything just kind of flowed well together. So now that it's been probably 35 years since the original one, I don't know what they could really go for with this one. I'm sure the actress will do fine, of course, but I don't know what story they could tell. The original kind of felt like a one-off. So I don't know. I'm a bit hesitant.
Okay. I've seen the animated cartoons back in the 90s.
I know it had a cartoon, and it has a musical too.
Yep, it does have a musical. But, you know, with the cartoon, it was dealing with Lydia as a teenager, living in the house, of course. And it was just her and BeetleJuice going on these adventures. And the Deetzes is there. The husband and wife is there. But, correct me if I'm wrong, the guy who played Jeffrey Jones, is he still around?
Possibly, I don't know. You might have to look that up, but yeah, I wouldn't expect him to be in any mainstream
he's still
movies
alive.
like he used to be. Oh, I know he's still alive, but
no,
I'm not
I thought
sure
he passed away. That's why I was asking, because I thought he had passed away. So I'm thinking, okay, in my head, I'm going through plot details. I killed the poor guy off.
I could have told you that earlier. Yeah, he's still alive, but he's obviously laying low for obvious reasons.
Right. Because of those reasons. But okay, so you don't even have to have him in there either.
Right.
You can have him pass away.
Literally just like his career. Pass away.
Right. You can go ahead and kill his character off. We have Lydia, who's mourning over the loss of her father.
Right.
He leaves her the house. She has to come back to the house where BeetleJuice was and have the story be played out where she's basically trying to sell the house. But BeetleJuice doesn't want to have any part of it because of the fact that it has a history with Lydia. And so he's trying to keep her there, also trying to free himself because he sees Jenna Ortega, because of the fact that she's supposed to be seeing the strange and unusual.
Right.
So that's me writing my own script for BeetleJuice 2.
And honestly, it would work if it didn't just casually get dropped by deadline like, oh no, production for this is starting this summer. So
by the way, I know, Tim, that you worked on the script very hard since 2010. But it probably needs to dust off some fingerprints and some dust. But reach out to me. I have some ideas.
This will be your best way to get to the Academy Awards so you can finally get your interview with Henry Cavill and other names.
I'm telling you, $500 million easy.
Sounds like a script.
But what do you think? Would you watch a movie like that, though? Mm-hmm. Would you watch something like that how would you do a BeetleJuice 2 if they said, hey, look, Western, we want you to write a BeetleJuice 2 movie. How would you write it?
I would probably want it to be as grim as the first one was. Just have Jenna Ortega or somebody she knows just end up falling in a lake again. And the whole thing kind of restarts all over again. Just have some kooky adventures. Try to find some way to get BeetleJuice in there. I would like to kind of see some more of his powers and also his side beef with the sandworms. I'm intrigued with that. I really like the initial design. I think the sandworm could have been like, a big boss for this one.
I think so too. I think it could have been more of a character versus it just being the Deezes as well. But then again, the sandworm played a big part when it taking down the Deezes at the very end of the film.
We just need a big boss, not just, BeetleJuice.
Oh, no, I take that back. Lydia winded up taking the sandworm and riding on it, and that's what happened. No, it was Gina Davis's character that got on the sandworm.
Oh, wait, okay, gotcha.
Yep, that's what happened.
Because it's been a minute since I've seen the movie, so.
I did a review on it like last year.
And I reviewed it probably 2 or 3 years ago. So there you go.
But yeah, it was Gina Davis's character that was riding on the sandworm that winded up basically putting Beetlejuice back into the other world.
Ah, gotcha.
So, that's how they use the sandworm. But it'd be interesting if they play the narrative of the fact that you can basically do some type of origin thing where Beetlejuice doesn't like the sandworms or something like that. But that'd be too much of a long draw, though.
Right. Probably need to add some of those other strange-looking people from the dead in the afterlife that were in the waiting rooms and things. It kind of make it more entertaining.
Right. But, I think that you don't need to do a beat for beat of doing what they did in the original one.
Of course not.
Because I don't want that. If they're going to do a Beetlejuice 2, they need to do something different.
Yeah. And
I think doing it the way that I said and everything was actually perfect.
Yeah, I like her script.
The father passes away. Jenna Ortega gets the house. Not Jenna Ortega, but Lydia gets the house. They move in. She wants to sell the house. Beetlejuice goes ahead and says, I'm not having that. I'm going to keep you here with me. And then you have them trying to escape the house while Beetlejuice is also trying to lure Lydia's daughter to bring him into the living.
Mm-hmm.
So there's your idea.
See, had this, taken a little more time to start, they could have taken your idea and see, you're better with describing the sequels. I'm better with describing the original movies and what I would expect them to look like.
But I know the plot details right now is under wraps. Like, no one's even talking about this.
Probably under cobwebs, too, if it's been, in production hell for 13 years.
It's been under rumors since 2010.
Ah, gotcha.
So, and Tim had at that time said that he was not interested in doing another Beetlejuice movie.
Right.
And stuff. But I think what sparked it for him was doing the Wednesday TV series.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably sparked his interest in revisiting Beetlejuice again.
Gotcha.
But my question is this. Under or over, do you see Johnny Depp signing up to do a Beetlejuice 2?
No. I don't see it happening. I'm sorry.
Maybe a little small bit part or something.
But yeah, maybe like a long lost cousin or a brother.
Yeah, he could even do.
Johnny Depp has done a lot of eccentric parts, and he has collaborated with Burton a lot in the past. So I wouldn't be surprised if he does get a small part shoehorned in there somewhere. Just not.
He could even be the real estate agent. But because I think that if you do that, you have two big people involved. You have Michael Keaton. Oh. Hey, Tamika. How are you? But I think if you have Tim Burton, not Tim Burton, but Michael Keaton involved, and you also have Johnny Depp in this movie, they're both going to overshadow each other to the point where it's no longer going to be about Beetlejuice. It's now
it's going to be an act off between Keaton versus Depp.
Right. So I wouldn't want to see that if they do. If Tim said to Johnny, "Hey, look, I have a little small part for you. You're going to be a ghost that files paperwork in the dead."
Well, yes, Burton, that sounds good. As long as I'm not a pirate.
Yes, that sounds real good. Let's see here. Living on like Beetlejuice. Yep.
Right.
Hey, either you get busy living or you get busy dying. Just like how they say in Shawshank Redemption.
Mm.
But I'm excited, but like I said, kind of hesitant. Has that kind of ostrich kind of thing where basically I am excited, but at the same time, I need to know more. I need to know what this plot is entailed. I'm happy that we have the Danny Elfman coming back. I'm excited about Tim coming back. I'm excited about that Wednesday. The team from Wednesday is doing this project. So that's all wins for me. But I need to know more about the plot details.
Yeah. We're going to need some more details than that before I'm always out here like, yeah, Beetlejuice 2, it's going to be cinema. But I let Cocaine Bear do that to me. I'm not going to let that happen twice.
But I remember you talking about Cocaine Bear, like, this is going to be Oscar
noms. This is going to dominate the Oscars. Then I watch it and I'm like, okay, maybe just visual effects. And that's it.
Right. But I think what else I can think about for Beetlejuice 2 as far as things go. But I do want that small town feel like they had in the original. I want it to be atmospheric.
Yeah, I love
it. I love the small town. The small town reminds me of my small town.
There you go. Boom. Very colorful.
It's colorful. Not only that, but it's everybody knows everybody and stuff like that too.
Right.
Let's see. Tamika says, same. This is a Beetlejuice for a new generation. Same. Is this a Beetlejuice for a new generation? Has been a balance of nostalgia and introducing new audiences. I think it will play off of the nostalgia factor for us to get our asses into this into cinemas,
while like also Nicole Kidman would say,
right? Politely say,
I'll see you at the cinema. Yes.
And here I am, Samuel L. Jackson. Get your asses to the theater.
Right.
But
mother, yeah.
But I think that you can play off the narrative of both sides, though, where you can have it to where us as the audience who are going after the nostalgia factor, then you also have to factor in some of the younger audiences from today's generation. They have to be introduced to Beetlejuice in some kind of capacity as well,
right,
in order for this to work. And you can make it this as long as you don't keep hitting us over the head with nostalgia and flashbacks and stuff like that.
Definitely heavy on the new generation, because I can tell you, there's a studio that's probably more excited about this than Warner Brothers is. You know what studio that is?
Nickelodeon?
Good guess. But no, Netflix, because they got two of the stars of some of their biggest shows at the moment. So,
True.
They're going to take that opportunity to plug it.
Speaking of Netflix, okay?
Uh-oh.
Now, Tamika asked this, saying, is the Beatles... Okay, no. This is what she says. Or maybe a Beetlejuice series over a movie. I would take that. And I would actually say, yeah, I would like to see a Beetlejuice TV series versus a movie.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm okay if it's a movie as well, because of the fact that I would love for audiences to be able to see a second Beetlejuice movie in the theater. And I already feel like Winona Ryder's character has already been... She already had her story arc. She already had a storytelling. Beetlejuice already had his stuff as well in the first one. So there's not really any type of world building that you can go with a series in a sense. But if you do it the way I was talking about, and you can rewind this on the instant replay as well, Tamika, but I actually...
Just a couple more times.
But yeah, Wednesday can have a series, so can Beetlejuice invade Netflix. That's what Tamika says. If Wednesday can have a series, so can Beetlejuice. Invade Netflix. I am not responsible for anything that Tamika says.
Okay. So yeah, now Jenna Ortega and Winona Ryder is going to have two shows on Netflix. I don't...
It's a shared universe. They can just use the same house because it looks about the same as the school, so they can just go in and use the same house.
Right, pretty much just going to the same thing.
Use the same set, that's all.
Wednesday's over there, Stranger Things is down there, Kay is down there chilling, about to put his 5th movie on Netflix.
Right. But yeah, I think that just doing an hour and a half movie, not a 2 hours movie, can go a long way here.
Yeah. Please don't go. Please. I beg. I know you got 2 in the name, but please don't go over 2 hours.
Okay, so the first one was an hour and 32 minutes.
And hey, that was the time. You couldn't really feel it.
Right.
Because everything
now, the only thing is, now, if they go off my storyline, with the father dying and then the house being left, it'll be a slow-paced film. In the sense of
right, that's going to be their Spider-Man.
That's going to be 20 minutes of setup, and then after that, the rest of it will be nothing but a Beetlejuice movie.
Yeah, right. But those first 20 minutes of that slow burn, I'm going to be thinking of you like, man, if John just went with something else.
I can see the test run footage. It was good up until the filler with the first 20 minutes. But the rest of it
Who
is
put that in
exactly
here?
but the first 20 minutes is not why you came to see a Beetlejuice movie. While the other the rest of the film is exactly why you would come to see a Beetlejuice movie. That's the way. So I'm fine with the fact that they're all coming back.
Yeah.
But Tamika,
I'm glad they're returning.
But my question for you, Tamika, is: are you excited about this? Do you feel like it's too late, too soon? I mean, not too late, too soon. Is it? Do you feel like
too later?
Do you feel like it's too late after 30 years of trying to return to something, or do you feel like this would actually pull like a nostalgia to where you want to go see it?
And are you really trying hard for this to be on Netflix? Is that what you want?
She wants this to happen.
Oh, doesn't Netflix have enough?
Nah, they don't. They need some better stuff because they're basically the $5 bin of movies right now.
Pretty much, they're Redbox.
Yeah, but Redbox has better movies than they do.
That's the crazy part.
And even when you go into the $5 bin at Walmart, you never know what you're going to pull out, but at least there's guarantee that you're going to pull out a Crow DVD.
Pretty much.
But let's see. This is what Tamika says. Well, Wednesday did good, so Beetlejuice may have a chance, but if it's on Netflix...
If they burst into a number of Broadway stuff, I'm cutting it off.
I don't think we're going to see anything of that, but we did see a couple of small dance scenes in the first one.
Yes. Yeah, we did.
I wonder if we're going to see Opa Gangnam Style in this new one.
Right. Or the Harlem Shake, since we want to go back 10 years ago.
Right. But I think that if they do some musical numbers, I think that you need to gear towards the 1980s audience for the first one, and then gear towards the newer generation for some new music for the other one.
Yeah. I think yeah, new music. Yeah, just as long as it's not the usual beats, not your average hip hop or rock soundtrack. Do something different. Maybe something calypso, something reggae. Kind of like the
Pitbull or something.
Right, Mr. Worldwide.
Could you imagine?
Everybody that sees the Beetlejuice make some noise.
Let's see. Dance scenes are okay. The role of Beetlejuice is kooky. Remember the end of the original movie and the dinner scene. Yeah, those two scenes worked for me, and it still works for me. Yeah, but I would like to see that. I would like to see them do another dance scene and do another conga line type of dance. Everything featuring Pitbull.
You're really for trying to put Pitbull in there.
Have Kulo.
Mr. Worldwide, I'm sorry.
As long as it's not DJ Khaled, I'm good.
Yeah, please. No. We the best Beatles.
Best Beetlejuice ever.
Khaled. Another one. Oh, gosh.
Yeah, with the cocktail. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, Tamika. Yeah, with the cocktail shrimp being possessed. Yeah.
That was the funniest part.
Yeah, that and also like the other one with the conga scene is also another one of my favorites.
Look, as long as it's not, like you said, DJ Khaled. The shrimp said it didn't believe in us.
I'll be honest with you. That conga line song at the very end with "Jump in the Line."
Rocky, yeah.
Sometimes at work.
Yeah, getting it. Yeah, that was cool.
Sometimes at work, that song gets stuck in my head.
Yeah, I said, please don't put it in the second one because it's gonna get stuck in my head again.
But I also like Deo. Deo is also a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But Danny Elfman doing the scoring Danny Elfman is hands down one of my favorite composers, though.
One of the best film composers.
Yes, and he did. I didn't even know this. But he did the composing for The Frighteners. He did composing for Men in Black. He did.
Huh?
You didn't know that?
No. Yeah, but it makes sense because it sounds like.
When we get off of here, do yourself a favor and check out the scoring for Men in Black, and then go over.
I'm gonna have to.
because he did that. He also did Edward Scissorhands
I knew
as
that,
well.
like the Tim Burton stuff.
Right.
I knew, yeah.
But yeah,
But
then
anything that's Tim Burton, I feel kind of bad because literally anything that's not Tim Burton or The Simpsons, I'm like, what else has he done?
right. But yeah, that's some of the stuff. I didn't even know he did the Frighteners up until a couple of years ago.
Oh wow! Shock
So that
yourself
was
a little.
right. Because whenever I was watching it, it said music scoring by Danny Elfman. I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Well, I can't wait to see what he brings in this one. As long as
Me
it's
too.
not DJ Khaled.
And speaking of which, Beetlejuice, Mr. Worldwide,
Mr. Worldwide, Kulo.
DJ Beetlejuice, and have
We
the
the
air
best.
horn.
We the best. Oh, another sandworm.
Another. But
Oh god.
I think that's everything I had wanted to cover as far as this news article and stuff like that. Because right now, like I said, the story is still in development, and I told them what they need to do to make a movie. So there's that.
And you're open. So
Yep, I'm open 24/7 like Walmart. So you know,
get us paid here. Get them paid for the script. And if you decide to use Pitbull or DJ Khaled, give me like 25%.
that's all I'm asking. 25% of
That's
$1 million. That's
and
like
invite to the
popcorn
premiere
sales.
party.
Right. But let's talk about the writer's strike for a minute too.
Yeah, the writer's strike.
Because okay, this kind of ties in with this a little bit. So do you think that this script is already finished, or do you think that this is something that they would have to go ahead and try to make during the writer's
Since
strike?
production is starting so soon, I would like to believe the script is at least 99.9% finished.
Yeah.
But I could be wrong. Who knows?
It'd be funny if during the strike the screenwriter's like, okay, I'm going on a strike. Here, where's the ending? Write your own ending. It's like 2 pages
Right.
left.
Here
and they have
comes
to try
DJ
to figure
Khaled
it
like, they didn't say they believed in us.
But yeah, I think that it's actually going to be perfect to have a clean script and have
Yeah.
something different. So,
Maybe the strike would definitely help out.
because the last time we had a writer's strike was back in 2008.
Which was I was telling Curtis up, and I was like, "Can you believe we're literally we've lived through 2 writer strikes?" He's like, "I don't remember the first one." I said that was because we were in kindergarten when the first one happened.
I could just see you guys up in kindergarten. Hey guys, we're gonna talk about the writer's strike. What's the writer's strike?
That would have been so funny if that was the topic. Hey kids, today we're gonna break from our ABCs and 1, 2, 3s and talk about the writer's strike. Oh.
I can see them explaining the writer's strike. Well, and I'm gonna explain this to D'Amica real quick too. Maybe because of basically what's happening is this: the writers are getting angry because they're not getting paid equally, close to the same as what the actors are getting paid, and they don't make as much. They make about $63,000. If that. Because I looked up the gross pay earlier.
And that's per year?
Let me find out real quick. I did do
per month.
I think
it's per year. That makes perfect sense. I would strike too. But yeah.
Okay, so
either way they need to be paid more.
Based off of this, how much do they get paid? Okay, so $69,510 per year.
Strike. Goodness gracious.
That's how much they make. Okay, so back in 2008, back whenever we had True Blood, they were actually on.
Oh boy, that's the name. True Blood.
Get this, they were during that time of filming. They were doing the writer's strike. The writer's strike was going on. And they actually filmed one of the scenes in True Blood behind the Warner Brothers lot.
Oh, during the strike?
Yeah, well, not during the strike, but they actually had to do some some film shooting.
Gotcha.
And so they did it right behind the water tower in the woods over there for the Bill and Sookie scene.
Gotcha.
And yeah. But with the writer's strike and everything, I don't blame them. They should get close to the same equal pay as an actor or actress, because they're the ones who are writing down the dialogue, the monologue that these actors have to flow out of them. And it's only fair that they get equal pay or close to it. And that's not a lot of money.
Something per year. It's not cutting it.
No, that's not even. That's probably enough to pay 1 year's rent over in Los Angeles, probably.
Yes, because LA is not cheap.
No,
at all.
Or in the California area in general. That's probably just to cover 1 year's rent.
And thanks to these crappy studios, the biggest tragedy to come out of this, we won't be able to see Pete Davidson host SNL this month.
I think Pete will be okay.
I think even Pete's all right with that decision.
He's got other plans. But I think But no, this is everything that we had wanted to cover. Is there anything that you wanted to cover as far as the writer's strike goes, on what you wanted to say about that?
Like you just said, pay these writers. This is still a developing story, so maybe down the line, the next time we come together, we might talk about it a little more. Who knows?
But no, I could just see you in kindergarten. Man, this sucks.
It's fine. We're not going to write anything. We're just looking at blank paper.
I could just see, now, kids, guess what? You guys are the writers. So we're going to be sending these to Hollywood.
And we're going to go outside. We're going to put this blank pieces of paper on our shirts, and we're going to go on strike.
Let's see. If an actor is a writer, do they strike too? Protest half their job?
I think some actors / writers were there. I'm trying to think of the names. The names escape me. I feel so bad too, because some that I recognize, but
I know Dan. I know.
Well, Brett Goldstein from Ted Lasso was one that I saw.
Okay.
I'm trying to think who else. That's pitiful. I saw some names pop up, but I just I'm drawing a blank.
That's okay.
Oh, and the actress from The Bear. Can't think of her name. Ayo something. I think she was at the strike too.
Okay.
Yeah, those are the only two I can think of at the moment.
Yeah, my other co-host is actually doing a show and doing an interview too. So we have 2 shows going on at the same time right now. So, but yeah, that's everything that we had wanted to cover as far as the BeetleJuice news, the writer's strike, and things like that. But tell us in the comments below, are you excited about BeetleJuice 2? Are you hesitant like Western Wonder and I are? Also, too, tell us your best pitch if you were a writer and not going on strike. What would you write about BeetleJuice 2? What would your pitch be to the studios if you were able to do it?
Would you put Pitbull in yours, or would you put DJ Khaled in yours? Let us know.
I would actually put Pitbull. Great show, guys. Keep us updated. I sure will. I sure will keep you guys updated as more stuff progresses, even with the writer's strike. Western and I will cover that.
Yes.
And always until next time, guys, have a great and safe night. Go back and watch the replay of this. Tell us what you think. Smash that like button. Smash that subscribe button. Also, too, don't forget, we do have merch in the merchandise store. So get yourself a t-shirt if you want. Get yourself a coffee mug. We have all that. And Galaxy Hangout says, I think BeetleJuice 2 can work. Just try to bring love to like it Wednesday did. Yep, I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, this is going to be it as far as the show goes. Thank you, Galaxy Hangout. I do appreciate you commenting, as always. I do appreciate you. Thank you so much, Tamika, as well. And always until next time, enjoy the rest of your night.